Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Robert Rivera with Who's On First, the show. And today is a Halloween edition. I know it's a little late, but today I have Clint and I have his son on, and we're gonna discuss some stuff that happened for this Halloween. All right, Clint. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from.
Well, my name is Clint Bisher. I'm from Wabash, Indiana. I started umpiring here in the local Little League because my son here, Braden, he plays Little League out there. I've actually had my own son in a game a few times. There's been a few times that I've struck him out in games. I'm not going to lie to you. And I've had my nephews, my nieces, and I've had my aunt right behind the fence. I mean, I've had it all to deal with out the Little League, but I love doing it out there. They say I am the best hump in my town out there, but that's just what we take in. And I've not been doing it long at the Little League. I started there for the last 2 years and fell in love with it. And then I met a guy in Indy named Derek, Derek Whitfield. A lot of people know him. And I've been going to Grand Park all summer with 26 turf fields. And I did 9U all the way to 18U. My last tournament was 18U. Actually, a lot of guys that were already committed for college and stuff. So I've moved up rather quick, but it all started like 6 years ago in fast pitch softball. So I was playing for a little while, then they got me into umping. I started umping fast pitch, and then kind of got too old, never made Team USA, I guess. So I kind of hung it up, and now I'm like in love with umping. So
Okay.
that's what we're gonna do now. And Braden here, he'll tell you a little bit. Me and him has actually did 2 games, but I'll let him get to that with you.
Okay. So I mean, we did have a Halloween. I saw the Halloween picture on Facebook, Aiden, and you wanted to be what were you for Halloween? Tell me.
An umpire.
An umpire. So I mean, look, you stand up. Let me see that. Let me see the shirt. Let me see what you got there. You got the hat, you got the shirt, you got the mask. All right. All right. So is that who inspired you to be an umpire?
Watching my dad made me want to umpire. Also,
Okay.
going to a Cubs game made me love baseball.
Okay.
Me and my dad have did a few games together, and it was fun.
Okay. All
Tell
right.
him a little bit about the first game we did together.
We
We started out, what was it? Tell them the ages.
it was like six or yeah, no 5 through 4 rookie ball,
It was called rookie ball, yeah.
Okay. How,
and we did
how'd you
like
like
three.
it? Was it a little tough, a little nerve-wracking sometimes?
It was fun.
It was fun?
I let him handle the bases, okay. So we had a few close calls actually, and this was the tournament. They gave me the tournament since I did the older leagues out there. And I guess they just wanted a guy to oversee to make sure they got certain amount of pitches and certain amount of swings. Well, we had a couple tight calls on third base, didn't we?
Yeah.
And Braden
Okay.
stepped up, he made the call, and I was proud. So
All right. All right.
that's what kind of
Hey,
told me
so
he could probably ump.
all right. So give me a good out call. Stand up and give me a good out call. Let me see that out call. I want to see that out. Give me that out. Give me that hammer.
How
There you go. There you go. I like it. I like it. It looks good. All right. So do you want to be an umpire in the future? What do you think?
uh if I don't make the MLB, I'll probably start training for umpiring.
Okay. All right. Maybe one day you give me a call. I'll see you in umpire school.
Yeah. We're
Okay.
we're going to this camp in like January, a 1 day camp.
Okay. Where at?
I
Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan.
Michigan. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
ran from Ken Jackson guy. I believe he's a minor league ump.
Okay. I went to Harry Wendelstadt, the Wendelstadt School in 2003. And it was a 5-week course. And they taught you from the beginning to the end. They said, this is a baseball. This is a bat. And they trained us for about 5 weeks. And by the end of the 5 weeks, they had to put me in the cage because I was an animal. I was running around the field, yelling, screaming, pointing, going this, you're going, he's out, save, 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 no tag. And it was
All
fun.
right.
So, I mean, if you're Aiden, what do you think? What do you see yourself in if you want to go to the MLB, what position you want to play in the MLB? What are you thinking? What
Second base or left field?
okay. And let me ask, what team would you want to play for?
Chicago Cubs.
The Chicago Cubs. All right, Cubbies. You got
Yeah,
a
he's got a
prospect
couple
coming.
signed balls. He's got a
Okay.
couple signed balls that he got at a ball game last year. Show him who that is.
This is Christopher Morel.
Okay.
And who else you got? One more.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
So that's
Okay.
next club.
So who's your favorite player?
On the Cubs?
Yes. On any baseball team.
Okay. This is good.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Okay. Why you like him so much?
I like his batting stance and I like how he plays third base.
Okay. All right.
First base.
First base. Okay.
Yeah, I think he
That's,
moved to first. He's
that's
played
good.
both. Yeah.
So I mean, Dad, where did you get this love of the game? Where did you get it from?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I played Little League my whole life and been a catcher, right? And I was always in the National League. Like I was blessed. I'd have to say that's what it was. I was a good catcher. I was good throwing people out. And the thing is, I played all the way up to high school, and then I kind of fell out of baseball after school was over back in 2005 when I graduated. School was over, and I'll be honest with you. I played fast pitch when I was about, I'd say 30. I'm 38 right now. So I really fell out for some years. And then me and Braden went to our first Cubs game ever. It was like last year, they played Cincinnati. And ever since that day, since we went back, I've watched every Cubs game highlight and I just fell in love with baseball again. Like, it's so weird. Like, I used to be into football. I played AU basketball. I wrestled for 10 years. I help coach the youth wrestling now. But baseball is like way up here now. It's
Okay.
like our top of the game.
Okay.
And we want to get like we went to 5 games this year. We went and seen the Dodgers back in April. We got rained on for 3 hours, stayed all night, and we watched them win the next day. So we had a lot of fun. Our last 2 series was with the A's. Member Mason Miller shut us down both games. So, but I got front row. Ian half homered off him. That was nice. But I had front row, like 200 section, not really high dollar seats where I could watch the umps. Right, that was my whole goal. That game was like to watch the MLB umps. I remember. So that was a cool experience for me that day. And Braden made the video board that day where he got interviewed outside. And
Okay.
that was just a good day. And my
That's a
wife
good
went
thing.
with us, and she was never really into baseball. And we got what your mom tries to get foul balls now, you know.
All right. All right. I
But
mean,
yeah,
so
that's a little
you're
bit.
you're passing this love down to Aiden now. I mean, what do you think he's
Braden,
what are you
yeah.
getting out of it? What is Aiden getting out of it?
I'm getting a lot of experience about umpiring, and I'm getting a lot of experience about baseball, like learning a lot of stuff, like how to catch a fly ball better, catcher
Okay.
stances, and where to stand on the bases and stuff.
Okay. So do you go home and you practice with dad? You sit in the mirror or anything? Do you ever do any practices? What do you do in
Yeah,
practice? You hitting? What do you do
yeah,
in practice?
we do hitting a lot.
Okay. Is that your favorite
Yeah,
thing to do is hitting?
there's times whenever we're in here in the living room, we play MLB The Show, and then we watch a lot of games. There'll be times when I'll be like practicing my strike call from behind, right?
Okay.
And I'll be asking Braden his opinion on like, how do you think it looks? How does it sound? And then I'll ask him like, let me see your strike call. So yeah, we do a lot of that. And well, he impressed me last year in a game that he caught a ball in center field and then he just ran in unassisted and tagged second when the guy was off the bag, right? And he was
Okay.
only like 9 at the time. And that just showed me that he's been paying attention to the
Paying,
game.
paying attention to the rules. The rules are really, really important. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what you can learn from the rules.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's really helped him learn the game. Umpiring has, because even if he's not playing, he's usually at the little league field because I'm umpiring the other teams there.
Right. Right. So
Yeah.
you have any favorite MLB umpires?
Me? Yeah, I have a couple. I'll be honest with you.
Uh,
There's a couple that I like.
Who you got? Who you
I
got?
like I like the guy, I forget, I think it's like starts with an H, Holmbrook or whatever. He did the only perfect game, right? Of the
Okay.
World Series. Yeah, I like him. And Nick Lentz or something. What is his last name? It's Rentz, I believe. Yeah, I like him too. But I am going to be honest with you. I watch all kinds of channels. I watch even your channel. I seen when you was at the umpire school.
Yep.
And I'm hoping this year that I go down to a 1 day camp and I shine there and maybe I get a scholarship. You know, that's my goal right now. I
You-
did a lot of travel ball this past year and I did a lot of guys throwing in the 90s and I know what I'm capable of doing, right?
Yeah, it's
So I mean,
it's totally possible. For me, my highlight this year was to see my classmate from 2003, Mark Reppinger, in the World Series in that fifth game.
oh
And
yeah, we watched all that. Yeah.
his first World Series, his first plate appearance in a World Series. I mean, I'm sure it was something, but for me, it was the class of 2003 has arrived. And that was he was one of my classmates. He was on my field, and I had done some cage work right
Yeah.
before him, and I came out, and he went in after me, and I was just watching him going, "Wow, this guy is good." And he
Yeah.
came out, and I said, "Hey, you look good, Mark." And he says, "Yeah, you look pretty good." And I said, "I'll be honest with you, I was doo doo on a stick compared to what you just did." Well,
Yeah, he's good.
he's
I
really
believe
good.
it. Yeah.
He was really
That's
good.
one other thing I've learned this year is how much other stuff I can learn off of other umpires.
Yeah. Always, yeah,
Like any
always
game I
learning.
go into, I always go and pick their brain and I have an open ear. And I've learned so much this year. And like I believe when I get a couple more years in down at Grand Park, like if the major league don't work out for me, I believe I'll be like college level.
Okay.
You
I mean,
know, and Brendan, he comes down there to the games, and there's been many weekends where he's glued to the fence with me. He'll run the scoreboard for the teams because a lot of guys don't run the scoreboard in these travel ball games, you know.
okay, right.
He'll run it.
So, I mean, if a young man came up to you, Brent, and said, "Hey, I want to umpire," what would you tell him?
I would tell them first thing is if you want to umpire is you got to be able to deal with coaches and you got to be able to deal with the parents.
Okay.
If you have a good, I call it anger control. If you can control your own anger, okay,
Yeah.
because there's many times that you know what, there's stuff that's going to be said during games that you don't even need to pay no mind to it because if you open that door, then it's just going to start a big thing. You know what I mean? You're going to hear though that's low or that should be there. You're going to hear that every game, right?
Right.
Best thing is just ignore it. Is if you have a good command and you know the rules and everything else, and you should have a great game. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? You're going to
Absolutely.
have tight calls at first base, and we don't have the luxury of instant replay and travel ball. So some coaches understand that, some coaches don't. Put it like that, you know?
All right. So, I mean, you must be doing a good job because your son wants to imitate you for Halloween, and I thought that was great. I saw the
Yeah.
picture, and that was a great job. So, what would you advise? If somebody came to you, Braden, and said, "Hey, I want to umpire. I want to be an umpire just like you." What would you tell
I would tell him to I do not know.
them? What
Not
would
a good advice person.
yeah,
You
you would
say
send them
isn't
you would
that
send them
good
to
advice.
dad. You would send them to dad and say, "Hey, you got to ask my dad. He'll give you all the good tips. What do you think?"
Probably, yeah.
Well, he's 10 right now, and I'm going to sign him up for this camp in January. It's like a Mid-American Conference camp, okay? And I'm going to bring him along, and I'm going to see how he takes it in this camp, right? If
Absolutely.
he's old enough to be able to take it in and show me that he can make the right call at first, you know what I mean? Then he can start here at a young age. But if he needs a little bit more time, we're going to give him some more time because you got to be able to handle the fans, like I said, and the parents.
Yep.
And when you do a lot of travel ball, they pay a lot of money to play travel ball. So really, you're at a customer's business, you know.
Hmm.
And I believe that whenever the fans and the teams leave their tournaments that weekend, I believe that one thing they're going to remember is the umpires. They're gonna remember, did the umpires do their job? That's how they're going to view that tournament. I feel like so.
Yep.
You got to just remember that and just always stay polite. And that's how I am. I'm always polite. I take charge when I need to take charge, but I just stay polite and I let the little bit of bickering go, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hoping Braden one day. Here's the way I always visualize things too. If you have a son and he follows after you, that your son will be better than you at sports and everything. I believe that fully. So if he believes it, Like I tell him, you can do anything you want to do if you put your mind to it. If
Right.
he believes it, I believe he can get it done.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll
Absolutely.
be on his guest list one day, you know?
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
guys, listen, thank you for being on. Tell your daughter I said hello there. I know she
Well, yeah, she was
wanted to
wanting to
get
stay
on.
at her friends, but we was on an interview.
Yeah. It was great talking to you. And listen, you guys keep doing your thing. Dad, you're doing a great job. Brandon, you're doing a great job. All right. And get that little hammer there for that out. And
Let's see that strike three call.
you like that little finger. You like that little strike call. Go ahead, give me that strike. Ah, nice. I take it. I take it. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being on. I appreciate your time. And as we say here on Who's On First, keep swinging.
Keep
If
swinging.
you
Yeah.
like the show, please do me a favor. Subscribe. Right. You see it? It's right there. Subscribe, share, like, and don't forget, put that bell on. It'll ding you when I put something else on, all right?